have someone for my podcast today. So welcome. Do you want to introduce yourself to the pod and including my grandparents who started listening to the podcast yesterday? And my grandmother
Oh,
texted me and she's like, "You shouldn't be swearing on your podcast." So shout out to her. So this is a
what's her name?
family. We're gonna just gotta call her grandma. So
Okay, yeah, Grandma.
this is a family friendly podcast. So we talk about family
Okay.
friendly stuff, and we're not gonna be swearing because grandma doesn't like that.
Grandma, I promise I will be an angel, and I will not be swearing. And we'll talk about, well, uh, we'll see, but
Talk
we'll
about
talk
what?
about subjects. I don't know.
Like
Hi.
Christianity.
So, yeah, no profanity. I'm gonna introduce myself. Um, I'm, I'm mathis, and I like podcasts, and I talk a lot.
Yappers
Um,
unite.
I'm also part of a multi-billion-dollar company, and I'm one
Oh,
of the main not main, but I give great customer service, and I make sure the company has a great reputation. I work
you're
at a
not
gas
you're not a
station.
shady billionaire
Well,
who's
I'm not a billionaire.
okay, but you're just a regular old Joe in the corporate ladder.
hmm hmm Some people call me the corporate ladder because they all climb on me to get on top of the business. But um, yeah, that's me.
Like I find that the phrase like corporate ladder like kind of weird. Like it's always saying like, "Oh, I worked as a McDonald's cook and I finally got promoted to CEO on my deathbed." That's working the corporate ladder for you. And it's like I had to sacrifice my newborn to just be manager. You have to
Yeah.
work hard to get it. Like when is it too far to say that you're not going to be manager to be like screw it, this is not the place for me to be.
Well, first of all, I don't think your aim should be like to each their own. But I don't think your aim should be. When I grew up, I want to be a McDonald's manager. Like
Exactly.
I'd say most like first jobs and like fast food and all that. It's real jobs, but especially with this economy growing, I don't think a 9 to 5 that pays you 17 an hour, well, 19 if you're manager, um, will make you achieve much in life. But it's your dreams. I don't know.
I remember, I don't know what niche job I wanted to be when I was a young child. I really, I think I wanted to be a vet, but then I just couldn't go to the
It's not a
process of
niche.
like, and like vet, I mean veteran. I wanted to, je me souviens. No, it's like, um, it's like, I don't know. I just couldn't
I
go
want
to
to
the
die on the
process.
battlefield.
I want to die on the battlefield. I want to be my ex. I want to. I want to be a Purple Heart winner.
Oh my goodness. To
I want
whoever
to be
watches
a
this,
veteran.
to whoever watches this, do not be offended. We respect all of you,
Exactly.
but
Thank you for your service. Thank you
thank
for
you
your.
for your service. And she's not mocking you guys. She's just,
No, I'm mocking my
uh,
ex.
yeah. Well, which one?
Ben.
Well, yeah, I know. Don't name drop. This is
Starts giving out his full government information. Oh yeah, and he lives at 123 Street, and his credit card number is, and his phone number. Here's his contact information if you want to call him up.
oh, and here's his picture. That's him. Stalk him on the internet.
Here's his
Oh,
and his phone password and his bank account information. But don't send him hate or anything. But if you want, I can give you his address. You know.
Listen, I don't condone it, but but no. To get back on track, you say a niche job, but I don't like veterinary. Veterinary is that? I'm French.
Yeah,
Vet,
c'est
vet,
vétérinaire.
Vétérinaire. That's
Vit,
not niche. It's pretty
no, it's
common.
not niche.
Like a
But
niche job would be like
like,
there's a job I saw about how there's a guy like in the '60s that got hired by a company to be like a lipstick tester, but like he gets kissed.
well, I actually wanted to become a mortician. That's
Oh,
niche.
that's niche. Yeah, I wanted to become an archaeologist. I would get paid a lot, and now I want to become a journalist,
Okay, that's
which
actually okay.
it's cool for me.
That's
All the
cool.
other people see me as that guy who's gonna stalk everyone. Who's gonna
Okay,
like,
that's actually something I was thinking about other day. Useless degrees. Okay, first off, shout out to my friends who are the most creative people in the world, can draw amazing art, but an art degree. Where is it gonna get you?
nowhere. Listen, it's
Nowhere.
gonna get you. It's gonna get you on
A
the street
starving
of
artist.
Toronto, of downtown Toronto. Yeah. Uh, and listen, no offense, because I know I'm. If you see this, my girlfriend, if you see this, I'm apologizing. A theater degree, like a theater degree.
I know.
That is.
Like it's so. Oh, I got homework tonight. Got to recite Shakespeare. I got 20 pages of Hamlet to do by at 10
Yeah.
a.m. And it's like,
Yeah. It's not.
what is it going to get you in life? Like, where are you going to write in your resume? Theater degree. I'm really good
I
at
draw
Shakespearean.
pictures. Well, I
I,
guess graphic design.
like graphic design. I feel like is somewhat useful, but unfortunately, with the rise of I feel like AI and art have a
Hmm.
very fine line now. Like I feel like website designers, like I can just go on GoDaddy.com and write design a website for this podcast and so and so, and an AI algorithm will do it for me.
You know what? We should just do that. Give me a second. Let me go on Chad GPT, on my good friend Chad, and I'm gonna ask him, make me a title card for a podcast called Olivia's Podcast.
And also it goes back to like stuff like that, like jobs that require like communication, like
Yeah,
okay,
like
like, or
traits.
like just like for me, I'm going to conflict studies and resolution, and there's sometimes stuff like sometimes at night while I think, will AI take my job away? Because I could easily write into ChatGPT saying, resolve this conflict between two people. But some people agree that you still need that human aspect when it comes to that.
Yes, I agree.
But how is it going to involve in 10, 20 years saying that I'm not going to need you as a person since AI is going to resolve this issue?
I agree. I journalism will be replaced eventually, and I'm aware of it, and I'm saddened by it. I'm very sad by it. Now
I'm
that I think about it,
terrified.
maybe I show maybe I chose the wrong career. Oh my god, yeah.
Like
Oh, this got real sad real quick.
I'm generally terrified how AI is going to like I know I sound like those like conspiracy theorists like AIs are taking over our jobs because they are. Like I think like something that's always going to be there is trades. You're always going to have someone who's going to have to plane shit, and there's always someone who's going to have
Well,
to
it's
put
getting
wires
low.
together.
There's less and less and less people wearing trades because it's all like older people because
Yeah.
all the young guys are going to university and all that. So there's like no basically no one else in trades. It's all like no, there's no
You
young
haven't
generation. That's why there's ads about it.
you haven't met people in Rockland. Oh my gosh. It's all construction guys there. All
Yeah,
construction guys.
it's that's why I hate Rockland.
It's
Rockland
literally
is
called Rockland. They're
Yeah,
towards
I was gonna say, might
rocks.
as well call it Brickland, bro.
Exactly.
Uh,
Showers are just recommendations land.
all right, let me see what Chad has got for me. Okay, okay. So here's the title, and well, the title is Olivia's podcast, and the slogan would be "Real talk, real stories, real Olivia."
Damn.
Thank you, Chad. Honestly, yeah, we can take the job anytime. Oh my god, are we gonna end up like in Wally?
Yes, that's what I was thinking other day. Like, I if my digital footprint gets exposed, I'm just saying to my future employer, I have never used ChatGPT in my education.
It's a lie.
No, I have never used ChatGPT to write a whole essay.
Oh well, no. Whoever does that is absolutely like idiotic. I even say absolutely dumbleweed,
Bonkers.
absolutely like a nincompoop.
I know.
Hmm. Yeah, it's it's
But
it's cray cray.
like generally, like doctors who imagine graduating, but your doctor only has a Chat GPT degree, being like, "Oh, we gotta
Yeah.
operate you, but if I cut the wrong artery, you will die."
Well, you don't cut arteries. You don't. That's what. That would, yes, if I cut an artery, you will die. I don't
That's
know.
why I'm not a doctor. That's why I have a
Yeah,
podcast.
that's that's why you're in conflict resolution. Well, I didn't think that was a thing.
I'm not a doctor. That makes me think of Brooklyn
I
Nine-Nine.
do. Uh,
Not a doctor.
Grey's Anatomy, man. No, I'm more of the Office guy. The Office is great. No, but I was gonna say though, I, uh, yeah, no, and if there's one thing I disagree with education, it's the fact that there's grades. There shouldn't be grades. There shouldn't be grading. At least there shouldn't be failing.
Okay, here's my opinion on this. There should be grading, but like I think if you're I like the idea of getting a scholarship based off your grades. I know that sounds weird, but I like the thing that they're like appreciating your effort. But at the same time there should be like, you know, street smart grades and not like book smart because some people generally can't study.
No, I can't. Me, I can't study either. I'm not able to study
Like I
whatsoever.
can't study. The only thing I studied is this sounds insane, but the headbands hand we have a headbands game at my grandmother, and I just memorized the
Same
whole
grandma?
yeah, I just memorized the whole deck. So when we're playing, she just has to ask me two questions and I already know. Because I counted the cards. I've
That's
gambled on headbands.
that's sad.
It is.
It is.
There's
I,
no fun.
no, you just ruined the game for yourself and everyone else.
I just memorized the whole because I was bored.
You're bored. That's crazy. Well, I do have to say this. I respect the grind. I respect the effort. It's still stupid.
What's your
When I'm
birthday?
born, I write. My birthday?
Yeah.
It's on April 4th.
Okay, so you can go gambling soon.
I, okay. Well, I'm gonna keep that in mind, and I'm gonna also quote that in my notes. What is your birthday? Because listen, I have no interest in gaming. Okay, none at all.
You don't have you. Okay, you seem like I'm sorry, but you seem like a guy who would just go to the casino every day just for the
Me?
game, the sake of the game.
That's no. I'm sure I'll bet 20. I'll bet like $20, like fifteen
See, you're
dollars.
already
And
betting. You're
I,
already betting.
yeah, but I never bet
Then
big. I never put my
instead,
house on the line. My firstborn maybe, but not my not a house.
my wife, my girlfriend.
Listen. I can always find another wife, another child, but in this economy, another house, nah, I can't do that.
My social security number just can find another identity, you know?
Well, I listen. I have two arms for a reason, two legs. I've got 10 fingers. I can afford to lose some of them.
Two kidneys.
What's the
Two
what's the use?
kidneys.
Two lungs. I almost said one lung. Oh my god.
This is why I'm going to journalism,
This is
not
why I'm
medical
not a
school.
doctor. If I guess I agree with you for the idea that they're street smart, but I think there shouldn't be failing. There shouldn't be maybe grading for the sake of grading, but there shouldn't be failing. I think everyone's a dream. This is like the best scenario possible, and I know it's never gonna happen. And I think everyone's I've taught this before. Everyone should have some sort of access to college, not university, college, because I guess money wise, I get it, but um, if you can't go to college, if you can't pursue your dreams because you misspelled the word onomatopoeia in your final test, and that was like that made you fail, like
Well,
it needs to be rechecked. I think the
I have,
whole system.
I, I have to say that that's like where I go to college. They're pretty fair on that, which I think is like really like surprising. Like you have something called the droit de reprise. Like the passing note was a 60. I got a 59. I got to redo the test. Like that's like I found that really fair. It's like they give you a second chance, and that's my opinion. People don't realize saying like, why did I fail? Well, you missed a whole semester or something without reason. If you're saying I'm sick or I my mental health was really bad, because mental health is health, I would be like,
Yeah,
okay, take care of yourself. But if you're saying I decided to like have silly time during my classes and not or play Clash of Clans all day, and you're wondering why did I fail? That's on you. Maybe school is not the place for you to be, but there's adaptations for you to be. So my point is that there's no reason for you to be failing if you find the way that works out for you. And some people's
I
school
guess.
doesn't work out for them. Final point. Okay, there's places and trades for you, but that's my opinion.
Listen, I'm a social studies guy. I'm a yapper. I'd be like making a lot of money in trades, and I'm fully aware. And I don't need to go to college, but I think it's very important to have ambitions and dreams and to never give up on them, because the whole
Never back
point
down, never
of
what?
being a human. No. Okay. My dream is for you to never say that again. My ambition is for you to one day, delete this. Did you say you wanted to be careful about your digital footprint or whatever thing? It's like you went to me and yet we bring the no. You don't bring anything. You bring awkwardness. You bring mistakes into this podcast. Your first one was saying yes to me being on the guest, and now you told me I was gonna go gamble soon. You made a Nikkei 30 reference.
I wasn't making a Nick A30 reference. I was making a TikTok reference.
That's even worse. That's even worse. I don't even know where I was at. What was I saying? Oh
About
yeah,
being a bit
dreams,
having a
ambitions, being human. This is two sides of humanity: ambition, dreams, brain rot. Because I mean, there's been brain
No,
rot for
no.
centuries.
It's like I know this sounds kind of racist, but like Martin Luther King's speech, but in like brainwash terms, being like, "I have a dream, never back down, never what."
I have a dream for everyone to bring the boom.
Boom. Not judged by the color of their skin, but the way
But
that they
by the
bring the
gooning,
boom.
by the way they goon.
I,
Dude, what were you saying about digital footprint again?
I have a dream. And the way they not judged by the color of the skin, but the way they.
Quoting that too. I have a dream for people to not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the way they bring the
The
boom.
boom. I think that's gonna be the title of the podcast, just by not by the color of their skin, but by the way they bring the boom.
That's a good one. I like it.
No, but
Anyways,
every like historical speech or something just brain rotted. Like I can't. I, I can't.
it's horrible. It's horrible. It's horrible. I
Historians will skip over this era. I'm telling you. Like I'm just gonna be there and
well,
like
well, there's been worse eras.
there's been worse eras, but it's like, how am I gonna explain to my child being like, your mama was a big gooner?
No, that's the thing. You don't say it to your child. You say, oh, I'm a liberal. I'm a conservative. No, you don't mention the goon. You don't mention the brain rot. Because this is not ours. We had our thing in the 2010s. Okay, it's time to grow up, to grow past the brain rot. You know
Bring
the
back the dab.
ambitions I'm talking about. It's time for those ambitions to take over. Because we can't be at 50 being like, oh, I remember, like my dad, like, I remember back in my days, oh, we had great movie stars. I remember back in my day, we brought the boom. The Costco
The
guys.
Costco guys. We bring the food. Or like
We
the first day I saw like your wedding or something. It's like, I'm gonna play. I want a song that they played back in my day. We bring
we
the
bring the boom.
food.
That's what
That's
we.
what we.
Oh no, no, this is disgusting. I'm disgusted by brain rot. Although I participate in it, I'm disgusted by it. And to my future employers, I will not be writing articles about the boom or brain rot. Oh, maybe brain rot,
But
but
you bring the boom.
I will be bringing plenty of booms. That is not a bomb threat. That is not.
I I'm telling you, I will bring the boom.
That is such a
It's like
bomb
no,
threat.
it's like you're going to journalism. It's like I don't know how this guy does it, but he's always the first one on scene when there's like a bomb explosion. I don't know how he does it. Like he's
He's
always the
always
first, and
there.
he's always there. He's always. It's like he knows who brings the boom. Is he the boomer?
The Dragon Warrior. It's me. Oh, have you seen that? Have you seen that meme?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, humanity, humans, bringing the no, ambitions, dreams. A human. Well, I'm gonna bring some philosophy into this. If, well, popularized by René Descartes, I think, therefore I am, is from his perspective, and from plenty of other people's perspective, what defines a human. Having thoughts, having opinions, and having dreams and ambitions. Because what defines a human, like us, our primal form of ooga boogas, and us now from 2025, which is a brain rot. What formed the brain rot is our ability to think. Because then
Beyond.
there's no difference between us and an animal. Animals don't bring the boom, but we do.
Yeah, but that is true. Our dreams and our visions is what makes us us. Like my ambition tomorrow is getting up. If you don't have dreams and ambitions, then you're a blank
Yeah.
slate.
Yes, that's okay. There is blank slate humans. That's called boring people. That's called boring. Yeah, just boring people. I don't like when. Well, how do you not have a personality?
Exactly. Like I
I'm not telling
I
you.
mean
Yeah, I'm not. I'm
like
me.
something like something I like about myself, or if people be like, name 5 things you like about yourself, is that I have a personality. I am so
Yeah.
recognizable both physically and like as myself. Like I don't care what shit people say about my back. If there's one thing they can say about me is that she's loud and energetic, I'll take it because that's who I am, and I'm happy to be that person. I'm happy to be a college white girl with a freaking podcast because that's who I am. I just like doing this, and I don't care what people say. The haters can do whatever. I'll just dab on them because I'm bringing it back.
Are you bring the boom?
I am bringing the boob and the dab.
I will not be dabbing in case my future employers see this, but I fully support the movement. I'm an ally to the dab.
Bring back the dab 2025, man. I'm gonna get like a Trump flag where it says like Trump 2024, but I'm gonna write bring back the dab 2024, and people will be like, why is it to say 2024? Because I would, and then I'll be like, well, they should have done it last year. You should have done it last year.
Should have just stayed around. Hold on. Big water bottle.
Yeah,
I think
I need to
I'm.
fill it up.
That's sad. I think I'm 80% made of water. I've been drinking water my whole life. It's so good.
I
It's the best drink.
I only started. I know this sounds crazy. It sounds like I'm being like one of those like alpha males being like, yeah, I only started doing so habit in 2020. I only started mogging 5 years ago, and ever since then I've been so different. But I'm saying like I only started becoming a hardcore water bottle bringer in during COVID because that's the only time I would like allow to bring my mask down. And then if my teachers be like, where's your mask? I would be like, I'm drinking water. So I would just drink water all the time, and now I just can't survive without the H2O.
You. That is so rebellious of you. Oh my god. Are you French by chance?
No,
Do you have French blood? Because it would make sense for the rebellious instincts.
on my dad's side, obviously as I'm a pocket, I do
Mm.
have some French.
Hey, hey. Do you know Do you know Do you know Maxim Paquette? I know you don't. I've
No,
already asked you
no,
that question.
I
I
got
know.
a
I
rant.
know.
I got a rant on this. I don't know every single puckhead on existence. I
I
don't know your
know.
fifth cousin on your left butt cheek whose last name is Puckett. I don't know Puckett Textile Getsno, okay? I don't care if you're listening to that on the Rouge FM. Puckett Textile. No, je sais pas c'est qui est.
Whoa, profanity. Sorry, Grandma.
No, but no, I don't know Maxim Puckett. Okay, shout out to
I
Maxim
know.
Puckett though.
No. Well, yeah. Shout out to him.
we'll just we'll just crop out this part and just send that to him. Shout out to Mexican Paquette. You have a cool last name. I'm not biased, and I don't
That's
know.
the thing. I like when people ask me that. I like, do you know him? Do you know him? Because I know a lot of people, and I like we're the opposite. Like I'd love to know every Roi on Earth. Like I'd love to not like Roi. Like my last name is Roi. Like I know it's fancy. Anyway, um, I'd love to. I mean,
Yeah,
listen,
like
my best friend's name is also my last name, and we're probably related. But
I did an ancestry test, and because I had a free trial, so I was born during the summer. I born during summer on my dad's side podcasts. We go all the way
mm-hmm.
back to Italy. Like the first ever podcast was Pasquillo Paquet, which I
Paquito.
think, which I think name goes incredibly hard.
I
But
think my mom's great grandma's Italian, so I have a little bit. I don't consider myself Italian, but I think it's
okay,
a little bit.
so that's something I find funny is that people who do their ancestry like tests and they find out they have like a low percentage of like Russian in their blood, and that's immediately their whole personality. Like babushka man. Like, oh yeah, I'm 1% Russian. Or
Hold
like
on.
people who are like 1% black, which is like, yeah guys, I can say the N word. I'm 1%
No.
black.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
No.
I mean, I don't know. I I've had a talk about this with in my philosophy class about the usage of the N word, and I talked about it with black friends of mine, and I was asking like what I forgot what the conversation was about. I think it was I don't know. I don't remember, but we had to talk about it, and I'd have to look back and maybe another day come back on this podcast and talk about it. But it was an interesting conversation because it's all about, I guess, like about like like on the person. Because because some black people don't like to say it because for them it's a name, it's an
It's a
insult to
prejudice.
it's a
Yeah.
prejudice. Yeah, it's a prejudice. While other people just use it like that. Um, it's a way. I guess that's like. So
It's a
I guess it's a.
dialect. It's a way of speech. It's
Oh, it's not a dialect. That's not a dialect. A dialect
not a
would be
dialect.
like a dialect is like à l'acadien or like le Québec, like parler québécois. It's French,
Yeah,
but
but
it's a different French.
yeah, that's yeah. It's it's a way of speech. It's
It's
whatever. But
a.
what? But every
I don't
time
know.
I think about that Boondocks clip. You know where it's like the teacher when he's like, oh yeah, and he's like asked him to borrow a French fry.
Oh, okay,
How
yeah.
does one borrow a French fry?
Well, I've never seen Boondocks, like watch it. I've seen the clip. I don't know what the show's about. But I guess it has an
But
impact. But yeah, no, being 1% black does not give you that permission.
no,
Although, wait, there is. I don't know if you can look up this guy. Okay, look up this person named Isaiah Hartenstein.
Isaiah.
Hartenstein. Okay, he's a like you can put a picture of him in the podcast eventually.
Yeah,
He's a basketball player, right? Right. He's white, right?
yeah.
No, he's not white. He's just extremely light skinned. Both
Oh,
his yeah, that's him. This guy,
that's. Oh, he's
this
floating.
guy is not white. I saw this and I think his dad is very light skinned and his mom is white. Uh, so like technically he's black, but because his dad's light skinned and his mom's white, he's like extra light skinned, which is nothing to do with it. But I just thought it was really funny to say because I really like Isaiah. I'm a sports fan, by the way. I really like Isaiah Hartenstein. Go Thunder.
But that makes me think of like she's very light, but this is Zoe Kravitz, Lenny Kravitz's daughter.
Oh yeah,
She's very light.
Zoe. Yeah, isn't she Latina though?
I,
Zoe
I know
Kravitz.
her
Then
dad's
she
Lenny Kravitz,
she
but
was.
he
I thought she was married to Chris Pratt,
I don't know.
or at least was dating. No, she was no. She was engaged to Channing Tatum.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm calling. Let's get it.
I love Channing Tatum. He's got such a cool
You
name
know
too,
how long
Channing.
I've been waiting for this moment. You don't know how long I've been waiting for this.
You know how long I've been waiting for
I've been
this.
waiting for this. I quote that all the time. You
I
don't know
stopped
how long.
quoting it about 2 months ago.
But it comes and goes. I'm like,
Yeah.
how long I've been waiting for this.
My my favorite movie from from Channing Tatum's like whole cinematography. I think that's what it's called.
Yeah,
It's probably Step Up.
never seen it.
It's a movie about this guy, right? His name is Tyler Gage, right? And he does hip
That's a
hop.
badass name.
I know he does hip hop, and he's really good at it. He grew up in the slums of Baltimore, and then he meets this girl, right, who does ballet, and then they end up together, not making making a group where they mix the two styles of hip hop and ballet, and it's a romance. It's a rom. It's not a romantic comedy, but it's dance, it's drama, it's romance. There's comedy in it. I really like the movie. I watched it a lot when I was young. Um, I love it a lot. It's so good. I think yeah, it's called Step Up, yeah. And it's like peak. It's like peak comedy. It's like if Romeo and Juliet never died. They were dancing. They were American. It's not like Romeo and Juliet. It's just a romance. I don't know
And
why
you
I compared
don't
it to
need a
that.
theater degree to know that they died. You don't need a theater degree
Yeah,
to know
yeah,
everything.
girlfriend that I will not name drop.
Man.
No. No, you can't just keep name dropping him. Maxim Pocket. Uh,
Ben. But everybody knows about me and Ben. It's not a secret. Ben's a public figure in my life.
in your life, not in mine. Well, no,
Yes.
it's not.
Well,
Well, I know him.
you guys had a falling out.
Yeah. Yeah, I fell out. That's the thing. The thing with okay, I'm French. I'm from Quebec. I was born there. I grew
Viva
up with the
Quebec
French
libre.
culture. No, don't say that. That is a horrible thing to say. I get it. I'm Quebecer and I don't agree with it. We get absolutely obliterated. We become the 52nd state after America took it. If we were a free Quebec, okay, um, um, Trump would have bought us already.
Exactly.
I'd be terrified by that idea.
But yeah, back
But
to you.
what was I saying? And oh yes,
That you're
um,
Quebecois.
yeah. If there's one thing Quebecers bond about together, and it's their love for hockey, it's their love for Canadians, right? Well, not for Ben.
No.
And I get that, it's each their own. Some people like sports, some people follow, but the big majority of Quebecers like the Canadians or the Nordiques or other teams, but majoritairement les Canadiens. And like first time I talked to him, I was like, "Do you like the Canadians?" I was like, "No." Okay, maybe he's a Sens fan. Do you like the Sens? He's no. What do you like? Not sports. War. A lot of army
War.
stuff. War. Boom, boom, pow, pow. I don't judge.
That that encapsulates the guy. And Ben, if I send this podcast, c'est correct. On dit ça avec amour, puis eau fraîche. Prends-les pas personnel. Tu vas toujours être mon piou-piou guy préféré. OK? Ouais. Parenthèse fermée.
Yeah, and I'm not talking shit, by the way. I'm just
Non, on parle pas de
comparing to
merde
the
à toi.
large.
C'est
Well,
juste une
I'm
conversation
talking
comme
shit
j'ai.
about the large majority. I'm talking shit about. I guess I'm talking. I apologize. I've been talking shit. I just realized.
This guy is a horrible, terrible person. He's not a weird Québec. Il est pas un vrai Québécois, man.
No, no. But I respect you. Anywho, I was thinking of this one time. We're gonna go back in social studies. Um, so have you ever probably because it's common, it's a common thing. Have you heard of the ship of Theseus? The
Where
ship of
it's like
Theseus.
it's that's like if you like have a ship but change all its parts, is it still the same ship type of thing?
Yes, yes, that's exactly it. Yeah.
Oh, I think I know where you're going with this.
Okay.
Does it
Well, for
does it
answer
apply to
me.
people?
Um, I, well, technically, I think I don't know what the exact thing is, but the body. I'll explain the ship of Theseus first. But um, so the ship of Theseus is imagine this: there's a boat in a museum, and it's intact of what it was, and it's the boat. With time, all the parts, like one plank at a time, one part at a time, it starts to rot. It starts to get old. So they change it, change one plank, and then they change the other parts. And by like 10 years, I don't know, every part has been replaced. Is it the same ship? My opinion on this, I don't really have one. Let me explain. The idea of the same ship is there. So yes, it is the same ship. It is not physically the same ship, but the idea is. I think this is another reason, in my opinion, why ideas and ambitions and dreams are worth more than physical value. Because if you believe in something, then you can't be wrong. Well, not exactly, but I mean, like, if I believe the ship is still the ship, then it is the ship. It's another link because like the human body, the cells of the human body, I think they like destroy themselves and come back. They like regenerate themselves every I think 24 hours. I think. Uh oh, so yeah, about 330 billion cells are replaced daily, equivalent to about 1% of all of our cells. So about 80 to 100 days 30 trillion cells will be replenished, basically the equivalent
So you're
of a
asking
new
if
you.
you're constantly evolving, are you still the same person? Is that where you're going with this?
Yeah, I'd say yes. I know,
I
yeah, probably.
well, oh damn, you got me pondering right now.
I think we go much the same. The idea of the same person, so it is the same person. You aren't physically the same
I
person.
am not the same person that I was 5, 10 years ago. Or you could
Hmm.
even say I'm not the same person as yesterday. I probably grew a little bit. I probably lost a few hairs. But here and here, I think that applies to how you look. Like that sounds weird, but it's like you're always the same person. You're always gonna have the same core inside of you. Like
Yeah, okay. I think
like
another
I don't
argument would be growing up with age and maturity. Like if
yeah,
from age 13 to age, I don't know, 65, you've got the same level of maturity, you're the same person.
my
In a
brain
way,
is
in some aspects.
my brain think, Mark, think. My brain is like somehow the same brain that I had as a child. Like physical, it's still there. Yes, it evolved. Yes, it grew. But it's like I'm still the person I am, but I am not.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a hard one.
I know.
That's what she said.
Mm. Yeah. That quit. That makes me think, man. That was a hard one.
Listen, I said at the start I'm a The Office fan, so they're gonna. That's what she said.
Uh,
But what else I was gonna say? Yes. So I think we're the same. It's the same person in idea. Physically not. I think it. I think if there's one thing I really believe in, there's exceptions to everything. As much as I love stats and odds, that's why I don't like betting. There's always exceptions to everything. It's like this again. Once again, breaks like it goes in like stereotypes. Sure,
Yeah.
maybe it's in the culture of like well, I gotta be careful what I say here. Uh, in the culture of Americans to be praising their politicians. Not every American is doing that. There's exceptions,
No.
and yes, it's a large percentage of like 50% of 60%. Well, the other 40% isn't, and that's the exception, and that's why I can't understand why racism is even a thing. How does a human being not have the common logical sense to say they're different?
I
It's an exception.
Okay, my biggest problem, and I come clear and I apologize to my future employer. This is probably the worst thing for me to say that I'm in social science. I am the most stereotypical based person ever. Like, I trust the numbers and the facts. Like, it's bad, but I need to break this bias upon myself, and I'm doing better. But I'm such a stereotypical person, and that's also the way I was raised by my parents, which I realize it's wrong. Like, um,
It's a different culture. It's
it's a
culture.
it's
I want to
culture.
quote.
Like,
I'm not gonna quote Kendrick Lamar. It's a cultural divide.
like all like here's a good example of like prejudice which I was like, oh, okay. Like I took an Uber the other day and I worked for Elections Canada, Elections Ontario. And then I was talking to one of the girls there who was working me helping me out. And I said, like, oh yeah, I took an Uber and I was telling him about so what and why I'm here and why I'm at school so late because it was at school and I had to take an Uber at 7. And then he was telling me how he couldn't work. And her first jump to the conclusion was, is he's not legal to work in Canada. No, he couldn't work because he wanted to vote that day. Like that's such a big prejudice and a stereotype saying, oh, he wasn't legal. No, it's the complete opposite. He was legal and he wanted to vote. Like that baffled me. I was like, wow, okay.
Yeah, it's it's questionable.
Yeah, I was like,
It's questionable
okay.
because society sucks. Honestly, listen,
Society.
human society, Batman.
Society.
Human beings honestly suck.
Okay,
Um, again, I go back to earlier. There's exceptions.
that's what she
I'm
said.
a human being.
Human beings suck.
I'm a human being, and I can be like everyone. I'm not the best person in the world. I'm sure you're not. No one is perfect. And
What do you mean? I have never, I
people.
never done anything wrong in my life.
Well, listen. Uh,
I'm kidding.
you did a swear word earlier, which grr, you know. Oh, whoa. Sorry, Grandma.
We love
That was
you.
directed towards you, Grandma, or Ben,
She's
or
gonna
Ben. But
don't say that. She's gonna kick me out. She's gonna kick me out of the will.
oh, but no. I forgot what I was saying. Yes, people who think people are different, and so for that reason, I hate them. That's just dumb. Because no one's perfect. Not either, and you're especially not when you think you're perfect when others aren't. If you're gonna hate on someone, okay, I had this talk with someone on one point, and I was talking about it, and he was like, "Well, why? Like, I think it's kind of stupid that every like there's the Black History Month and there's June for the LGBTQ and all that. And I was
Where's the
like,
white
okay, yeah,
pride month?
yeah, that's what I got told, and I'm like, I get your point, but at the
Every
same
day,
time, no.
every day that you get to go outside, like for me as a woman, where's the man pride month? You're allowed to go outside at 2 a.m. and not live in the fear that you're gonna get kidnapped. We have women's rights months. We have March. We have Women's Day because there is rights. There, people fought for the fact that I get free
Exactly,
speech right
it's to
now.
celebrate that. Now, the guy I was
As
talking
a
with pulled up a
man,
good argument. He did pull
pardon?
up a good argument. He said instead of a month, it should be like all in one month. So either a week or a day, but it shouldn't be spread throughout the whole year because um, his argument was like, well, white people deserve. No, listen, in the whole history of humanity, white people were never the minority. Well, I from what I know, from like we didn't really fight for our rights. We kind of just inherited it from evolution or whatever. I'm not Catholic. I don't believe in God unless, well, I don't know. I'll believe it if someone convinces me something like that. But I don't think God created humans to hate on each other. I think we should be judged not by the color of our skin, but by the
But how
color of our
we
blood.
bring
We
the
all bleed the
boom.
same. Well, that's just you. Um, that's just you. I think you're a minority now. You, you, the prejudices should be against you for bringing the boom.
No, but it's true. It's like people come pet and cheese. They like why do women have a day and me as a man, dude? You were or whatever. You came out of
As
how evolutions work, being able to stand and putting everybody down. You didn't have to fight for shit. You're a
well, okay.
wasp.
Again, exceptions,
Yeah,
exceptions.
open to
Everyone personally goes through their shit,
yes.
and
Everybody personally goes through. Yes.
I do think there should be appreciation for everything, uh, because women have accomplished so much, men have accomplished so much, uh, um, African American people have fought for their rights, so has the LGBTQ. Uh, there should be appreciation for accomplishments, but there
Yes.
shouldn't be. There, it's all about the extremists. So there's always people who are extremely something. If I'm not considering myself woke or whatever or like an ally. I think that live and let live. I'm living my life. You're living your life. I respect your what you done. I respect you fought for it and all that. But don't go and try to influence my decisions. Like live your life and let me live mine. I respect you and I respect your accomplishments
Exactly.
and all that, but don't go influencing
That's
other people to like join me. You're not fucking emperor like Palpatine. Like, bro.
like that's how I see it too because like I totally live by that. Live your life, do what you want to do, but please I I'm okay if someone starts yapping to me about their hyperfixation. Okay? Like let's take I don't want to name drop him, but Ben. Like if Ben would start yapping to me about World War I or World War II, I would be there and I would be, okay, that's neat. But if you start yapping to me about how black people are horrible, terrible people, I would just say, okay,
Oh, here's a cat.
okay, bye. Like, I don't know. It's
There's accepting opinions. There's exceptions. There's
yeah,
opinions you should have and opinions you shouldn't have.
yeah. Like,
Like,
van-
oh, accept
mint
my
chocolate,
opinion.
mint chocolate
No,
chip ice cream is not good. That's an opinion. But saying that all women should die, that's a little bit touchy there,
that's
buddy.
not something else. No, like at all. Like, I'm not gonna listen. that's the thing. Like, I would like tell him like to chill out and whatever. And maybe that's probably a problem. Maybe that's an issue. But I wouldn't really like I wouldn't beat him up for it.
No,
You know,
I couldn't
because
even beat up someone if I tried.
well, yeah, I don't like violence. I think violence is stupid. There's my teacher who, this is kind of dumb, but he stopped playing a hockey in the beer league because he was working the next day and he didn't want to get hurt on a Wednesday night when the next day he has to take care, like, to go to school with a bunch of teenagers and he has a daughter to care, all that. And I get that. And I
No,
guess that's when
yeah,
maturity, that's what defines, I guess, an adult and not an adult. Accepting that you need to do things for the good of yourself, others, family, whatever, and you need to change your lifestyle. It's like when I see like 50-year-old people who are like still acting like a kid, smoking weed every day, getting high and partying. Yes, you can have fun,
but know
but
your
don't
limits.
make it your lifestyle. Yeah, yeah. Don't make it your lifestyle when you've got things to take care of. Like, okay, if you're 50, you don't want kids, and you want to party all your life, okay. But if you have responsibilities, you know, don't get high on the Friday night, on a Wednesday night, before you work and with teenagers, you know.
My opinion on that is that you can be stupid in life, but know your limits. You want to
Yeah,
go jump off? You want to go jump off a bridge? Okay, but it's all about accepting the consequences of your actions. You want to drive drunk on the highway?
don't do it.
Don't do it. Or that was a bad example. Or like, let's say vaping in school. Okay, you have the option of being in class and being a good student, or vaping in bathrooms. Do what you want, but accept the consequences of your actions. I am not
Yeah,
powerful enough as a person or whatever to be like, alright, c'est pas gentil. All I say is okay and accept the consequences of your actions. If you
hmm
get in trouble, I just say, okay, that's on you. Unfortunately, too bad, so
yeah.
sad.
You gotta accept the consequences of your actions.
And so
You have to.
that's what people don't understand. They're like, why? Why am I in prison when I killed wife? You're
Committed murder,
accepting
bro.
the you committed murder. I didn't mean to hit
It's
her.
it's another thing. I had this talk to about someone about similar, where asking should we bring back the death penalty, and I yes, no. He said should we bring back public execution, and I'm like
No.
yes. Oh,
Yes?
I think so. I think so. Well, not really. It's a horrible thing to say, but um, if one thing it did help a lot is that it showed. It basically said, "Hey guys,
We'll do this.
don't do it. You will be hanged by your neck. You will get your
It
head cut off." What
showed
do you think the
fear in
guillotine works so
people.
well?
Yeah, it showed fear, and people are too chill these days. Too much people are accepting their risks, and like Canada's prison system. Canada's prison system is all based on rehabilitation. Like that's what we're trying to do. Okay, what's happening? Hello? Okay. And
Hi.
it's weird. I don't know.
I,
Mm,
it's like sure, people do their time, whatever time has been given, but there's some crimes that aren't punishable. I wanna see this because have you seen the TV show with Jeffrey Dahmer about Jeffrey Dahmer, like Monsters, I think it's called.
no, but yeah,
Okay, there's a scene
I
in
know
it.
the lore of Jeffrey Dahmer. Like,
Yeah, there's a
relax. I just
scene in
wanted
it.
to take some pictures.
There's a scene. Well, there's more to that, but there's a scene in it where he goes to get. I don't think it's baptized. If it's baptized or or forgiven for his sins,
Yeah,
but there is things where you can't be forgiven, and a lot of people hide behind religion, like use religion as a not as an excuse but as a way out, and too many people accept that. Oh, you have been forgiven by your sins by God. Sure, not if you've raped someone, ate their meat, like I think it's desacralite. Yeah, I don't know if you've Jeffrey Dahmer ate people, raped people,
A
and I
horrible
mean
thing. He was
at
an
the
evil
time being
person.
gay was considered a sin. So like but um, and he tried finding his way to heaven by getting baptized in prison. That's
Yeah.
not how it works.
It's not a monopoly get out of free jail. How is something okay? I'm sorry if there's Catholic people in here. I respect your religion. I think honestly it's a very beautiful religion, but I don't know. But how is something that's all written in the book gonna change your course of a lifestyle?
That's the thing. I'm not religious. What I do believe in religion, and it's its values. I think the Bible, I think religion in general should be more of an idea. Jesus should be more an idea than a thing. The
Well,
idea of values in Jesus.
my grandfather who studied in theology, the study of God. So he's a pretty it's a pretty good source saying that religion is basically a way to explain the unexplainable.
Yeah,
So
but it's
people
outdated.
it's outdated and people put that in the olden days they couldn't explain death. So they're like, guys, I'm
Myths,
sure it's heaven.
myths. Yeah, myths were used to explain unexplainable things. Like I'll give you an example: the tale of the Minotaur and the labyrinth and all that. That's to explain earthquakes
Yeah.
or thunder or things like that. Oh, there's
I was
lightning,
the
so there's a
lightning
god
before the
that throws
thunder.
things. Thunder, bring the
And the
thunder,
thunder. Hey.
lightning and the
See
thunder,
for the
thunder.
thunder. Careful, I'm gonna get copyright strike.
Yeah, this is a custom version by
Two French
us.
people. J'étais l'éclair
Éclair.
l'éclair. J'étais le tonnerre avant
Avant
l'éclair.
l'éclair.
Oh, imagine tracking these now.
Oh, don't do it. No, don't do that.
Oh, well, I think I'm gonna hit the hay soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you. Thank you
Okay.
for coming in. I'll try to get no promises, but I'll try to get this out and I'll text your girlfriend saying a theater degree is valid.
It's not valid. It's not valid at all.
It's not. It's
It's
not.
not. It's not. Get a degree in uh
Medicine.
in street smart. Oh well, yeah. Be money smart, not street smart.
Exactly.
Be smart.
Get in
Get
the
a
green gambling.
get a degree in gambling, and will accentuate your senses to lose everything. Like I said, I'd rather lose a wife than a house because you can replace the
I
wife,
have
but you can't
a degree
replace.
in gambling. I got a major in roulette.
Oh, and disclaimer: everything that was said in this podcast, please, to my future employer, do not, please do not take this seriously.
No.
They were having
What
conversations.
my opinions do not reflect the person I am.
Well, well, oh,
Well, yeah. So I'll try to. Well, thank you.
you're
Do
welcome.
you have
You're welcome.
any social networks maybe you want to
Uh,
shout out?
I mean, I have my own podcast. It's called the
He has
Oddly
his own.
Podcast. It's called the Oddly Podcast. The link's gonna be in the description of the
Are
video.
you forcing me to do
Um,
that?
yeah, I'll send you the link.
Okay.
It's a podcast about all the four friends, and it's basically a game show where it's by the way, it's basically a yearly podcast. We have two episodes, and the first one comes back to 3 years ago, and the second one to 2 years ago, and we're recording one soon. And the podcast is just a game show for friends goofing around. It's called the Oddly Podcast. THE space ODDLY space PODDKAST CAST. Sorry. Um, and yeah, come check it out. Listen, we're really, really way less careful about what we say on that podcast.
So, Grandma, I don't recommend. I
No,
don't
no, 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 no,
recommend the
no, no,
Oddly
no.
podcast.
Lots and lots of opinions. Well,
Bad.
it's nothing controversial, but a lot of weird topics. So check it out.
Okay. Well, thank you. Uh,
Yes, of course.
okay. Maybe.
Bye.
Bye.